So hope you guys have revised the Bayesian Bayes theorem. So because based on that, today we will read a classifier that is called naive Bayes classifier. Okay, so I'll share the screen now. You guys can see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what we will read is about naive Bayes classifier. Okay. So as I had said, we will be going through concepts as and when they come. Okay. So we read Bayes theorem. We read some of the statistics, and this is a machine learning classifier which is related to Bayes theorem, and hence you are in now is a position to learn this, and hence we will use this. Okay. Naive Bayes classifier. So this is sometimes also called a multinomial naive Bayes classifier. Okay, so the same thing. There is a different version of it called Gaussian naive Bayes classifier. That one also we'll discuss, but today we are only discussing naive Bayes classifier. Okay. So Anshuman, just reiterate what is the Bayes theorem.
I need to go through again. Sorry.
Okay, this is it's okay, but you guys have to keep up with the class. Otherwise, what will happen is that you will not understand. Okay, so that is important. So keep up with the class, and I'll just reiterate the Bayes theorem. So Bayes theorem, there's a mathematical formula for that, but what it says is that, just a minute. So probability of a hypothesis given an evidence.
I can recall the theory, but not the formula.
So what is the theory?
It's a probability basing upon some given condition. Or
No, it is that we start with the prior probability, and then based on evidence, our prior probability changes.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is the Bayes theorem. So that's why I put in the WhatsApp group, I send a message also. So in LinkedIn also, I put a message like life is our life is also kind of Bayes theorem. So we start with the prior hypothesis, prior probability that we are going to this data science class, and hence we will be data scientists. But based on evidences, like today, I cannot answer this question. My probability of becoming a data scientist decreases. Okay. But tomorrow, suppose I answered all the questions. So based on that evidence, my probability of becoming a data scientist increases. So Bayes classifier are like belief systems, right? So they are belief systems which are not static. It starts with a certain value, and then it grows, just like life. In our life also, every experience is a new evidence, and that evidence changes our belief. So that is the Bayes way of thinking. So the formula is very simple. If you see the formula, it is the posterior probability. This is called posterior, right? If you remember, the probability of the hypothesis given the evidence is equal to the prior multiplied by the likelihood. The likelihood is what is the likelihood? The evidence given the hypothesis, right? You started with the hypothesis, then you got this evidence, okay? Divided by the evidence.
Hypothesis is those are assumptions, right?
Assumptions, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, and what is P of E? P of E can be expanded. It is what is P of E? P of E is the probability of an evidence occurring, right? Without any condition. An evidence is occurring. Like if you remember our example, in that example, the neat and meticulous word was an evidence. Okay. What is the probability of that evidence occurring? So that one can be expanded to the formula of all the probabilities that the evidence happens and plus all the probabilities that the evidence does not happen. Okay, so this is not sign, not. Okay, this is not sign. So that means probability of the hypothesis happening, probability of the hypothesis not happening. Okay, so the probability of the total evidence, okay, happening is probability of the hypothesis happening into the conditional probability plus the probability of the hypothesis not happening into the conditional probability, same thing. So this is the total probability of the evidence happening. Okay, and in place of this, we can write this big formula. This one also can be written in place of this. Okay. So this was what is our Bayes classifier, and how it changed the system was like, if you remember, I drew like this, right? So initially our hypothesis was P of H was that the person is that 10 people are farmers, right? 10 people are farmers and 200 people are 10 people are librarians and 200 people are farmers. That is not librarians. Okay, so this is the part, and this is the what do you call it? Negation, the complement. So this is H, this is H complement, right? So this is 200. So this was our initial assumption. This was our initial hypothesis that for every 200 farmers, there are 10 librarians. 200:10 ratio, it was there. But after finding the evidence of those words, neat and meticulous, about a certain person, we changed. We told that, what did we say? We said that after looking at this evidence, I feel that 40% this person is a librarian, 40%. So then from 10%, it came to 4%. Okay. And 10% chance that this person is a farmer. So 10% means 20%. Okay. So if you remember, this is what we did, right? So this was our initial hypothesis. Then we got an evidence. What is the evidence? The evidence was the letters meet and meticulous. After getting the evidence, we had new belief that okay, 0.4%, 40% chance that that person is a librarian, and 10% chance that the person is a farmer. Still, the farmer was on the higher side because the prior was high, 200 farmers. So even 10% of 200 is 20, and this is 4. So then we calculated we put these values in this theorem, and then we got the what is the probability of the hypothesis given the evidence. Okay, so that way we calculated. Okay, so this is what we did. This was like 4 by 4 plus 20. Okay, this is what we did in the last class. Okay, so now we are going to see an application of this same thing. Okay, if you have any doubts in naive Bayes Bayesian theorem, then this is the correct time to ask, because after this it will be application of Bayes theorem. Okay, so it won't be any more Bayes theorem. Okay, so this naive Bayes classifier is a very good classifier. It is very simple in implementation, but it gives very good variance. Means it helps in classification problems. It helps very nicely. Okay, so we'll take an example of normal messages and spam messages. Okay, so we get everybody get email, right? So in our email, we have normal emails and we have spam emails, right? So what is the probability that I got a message, new message? What is the classification of that message? Whether it is a normal message or whether it is a spam. This is our task, okay? And we will try to solve this using Bayes theorem, okay? Let's see what are the steps that we need to follow. Step number one. Step number one is see at the training data. Look at the training data and calculate the prior probability. Okay, calculate the prior probability means without any evidence. Calculate the prior probability, P of n. Without any evidence given, what is the chance that a message will be normal, right? Evidence means after looking at the message, or after looking at the contents of the message, we get an evidence. Okay, I'm telling before looking at the message itself, what is the probability that the message may be normal? How we will know it? We'll know it by looking at the training data. So we have a training data. Let's say we see first 12 messages in the training data. Training data, how it will be labeled? The message will be there, and then in the right side it will be normal, then message, spam, message, normal, message, normal, message, spam, message, normal, like this. There will be a tabular structure, right? Where there will be two columns. One is the message and one is its label, whether it's a normal or spam. So I take a random population of 12 messages, and I find that 8 out of those 12 messages are normal messages, right? So 8 out of those 12 messages are normal messages and 4 of them are spam. So the prior probability is 0.67. Okay, 0.67. So that means what? Without any evidence, without looking at the message, without reading the message, I can assume that 67% of the time I will get a normal message. You understand this fact? Okay, we have not got any message yet. Okay, this is like a blank question I am asking you. You see your Gmail account, right? There are 3 tabs, depending on what type of message you are getting, or you have a spam folder, right? So if every day you get 100 messages, and I ask you, what is the percentage of normal messages you get? What is the percentage of spam you get? So you give me a fair idea, like you may tell that 60% of the messages are normal, 40% of the messages are spam. That same thing we did here. Okay, we just instead of giving a guess, we looked at the training data and calculated it. Okay, we could have taken a bigger sample also. You may ask, why only 12 messages you saw? Why not 20 messages? Yes, you can see 20 messages also. You can see 100 messages also. So it is just about getting an idea of how much out of 100, how many messages are normal and how many are spam. So first I get the priors. So the spam will be how much then? 0.33, right? If this is 0.67, then this will be 0.33. These two should add to become 1, right? Either a message can be normal or a spam. No other option is available, right? So if this 67% is normal, then 33% is spam, right? So this is our step 1. In step 2, what we do is we draw histogram. I'll tell you what is histogram of some common words: dear, friend, lunch, money. Okay, suppose these are the 4 words, and out of these, dear appears 8 times. Okay, dear appears 8 times in normal messages. I'm only talking about normal messages. In normal messages, we took a sample of messages, say 10 messages, 20 messages, I don't know what. Okay, we took a sample of messages, and out of those sample of messages, we saw that dear occurs 8 times, friend occurs 5 times, okay, lunch occurs 3 times, and money occurs 1 time. So my probability of the word dear, provided I am looking at only the normal messages. This is a conditional probability. You have to note that. Okay. The probability of getting a word dear, given that it is a normal message, is what? Who can say how much? Shiva, Nanda.
One second, Vishwa. Vishwa, can you repeat the question like one more time?
So what is the probability that I will get the word dear, given that I am looking at a normal message?
8 divided by 0.65.
No, 8 divided by 17. How many total messages are there?
Okay. Fine.
17 messages are there, out of which 8 are normal, 8 are dear. Okay, so total 17 messages are there, 17 times 17 words are there, out of which 8 words are dear in the sample space of normal. Okay, normal sample space, total 17 words are there, out of which 8 words are dear. So the probability of looking at finding a word dear, given that I have a sample of normal messages, is 8 by 17. Okay, or 0.47. Okay, similarly, these others also we can find out. Probability of friend given normal, this will be equal to 5 by 17. This will be 0.29. Probability of lunch, given that I am taking from normal space, this will be 3 by 17 or 0.18. And probability of money, given it's a normal message, is equal to 1 by 17 or 0.06. Okay. So this is the conditional probabilities for a normal message. Okay. Similarly, we'll do the same thing for what? We will do it for spams also. Okay. Let us do it there. Okay. So this is step number 3. So in spam, dear is, I am not writing anymore, just writing it on top here. Dear is 3 times, dear. Okay. Friend is 1 time. Lunch is 0 times. It's not there totally. And money is 4 times. Okay. Money is 4 times. Okay. So similarly, we will get the conditional probabilities here also. The word dear, given that it is a spam. Anshuman, what will be this? This is 2 times. 2 times dear happens, 1 time friend happens, 0 time lunch happens, and 4 times money happens. Money. Lunch. So what is the probability of the word dear, given that I am looking in a spam sample space? What will be the value? How did we do it here? We took 8. This is 8, right? 8 by total number of words. How many words were there? 17 words were there. So 8 divided by 17. Here, how many words are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. So total 7 words are there. Out of which, how many times dear has come? 2 times. So 2. So this is 0.29. Okay. Similarly, for friend and spam, Imran, what will be this value?
For friend, it is 1 by 7.
Good.
And for
1 by 7 or 0.14. For lunch, it will be 0.
0.
For lunch, it will be 0. And for money, it will be 4
4
by
by
7.
7.
Okay. So that is equal to 0.57. Okay. So we have the prior probabilities, 2 prior probabilities, and we have these are called likelihoods. Okay. These are called likelihoods in terms of Bayes theorem. Okay. So now we have a question to solve. I will erase this one. Okay. Now I get a message called dear friend. Okay. Now my name Bayes classifier has to classify this message as a message or a spam. Okay. So now I have a evidence. Evidence is there. Okay. What is the evidence? The evidence has 2 words, dear and friend. Okay. So what was my prior hypothesis? What is my prior hypothesis? That this message is a message and not a spam. This value, right? 0.67, 67%. And what was my hypothesis? That any message in general, randomly, if I pick up, is going to be a spam, 0.33, right? So what I will write is the probability of the hypothesis that this message is a message and not a spam, given the evidence. What is the evidence? This is the evidence. Is equal to, what is the prior probability? 0.67 multiplied by, what is the conditional probability of dear, provided in the normal message region. Sorry, this is N. Normal message N. So what is the probability that my hypothesis that it is a normal message given the evidence? This is Bayes theorem, right? Only P of N is this much. This is P of N. Only P of N is this value, right? Only P of N is 0.67. Now question is, I want to know what is the probability that this is a normal message given the evidence. Now what is the evidence? The evidence that the message has these 2 words, dear friend. It is very similar to what was there in the first class that we read about Bayes theorem, meet and meticulous, right? So that those 2 words changed acted as an evidence and changed our hypothesis by some degree, right? So here also similar thing will happen, right? So 0.67 is the prior probability. This is just, I am writing this Bayes theorem, nothing else. 0.67 into P of Dn, that is dear. D is dear. Probability that dear is in normal multiplied by probability of friend in normal. If there were 3 words, then 3 times 3 multiplications would happen. 4 words, 4 multiplication. 1 word, 1 multiplication, right? So it depends on the length of the number of words in the message, right? So this one is this one divided by probability of the evidence. Okay, this one divided by probability of the evidence. Okay, so what was this? What is this value here? Who can say?
0.47.
Right. So I can write here 0.47. And what I can write here?
0.29.
0.29. 0.29. So if I multiply this one, and this one, then what I will get is, I will get equals to 0.09 by P of E. Okay. So the probability that this is a normal message given the evidence is this much. Okay. Similarly, let me erase. Similarly, what is the probability given this message is a spam given the evidence? It is equal to prior probability. How much? 0.33. Right? This one, this value, prior probability of message is spam. 0.33 into what? Probability of the word dear in spam. How much it is? 0.29. And probability of word friend in spam, which is 0.14 divided by probability of E. This is equal to 0. Just a minute. This is equal to 0.01 by P of E. Okay. Now you tell me P of E is same here for both. Okay. If I take 1 by P of E as a constant, then this is, say that constant is C. So I can write here like this. So I can write here like this. 0.09 C I can write, where C is 1 by P of E. Similarly, here I can write 0.01 C I can write. Right. So which value is greater? Shiva?
Yeah, normal message. 0.
Yes. So 0.09 C is greater. So the naive classifier, base classifier, will classify this dear friend message as a normal message. Okay. So this is the application of Bayes theorem in a very simple classification algorithm called naive Bayes classifier. So I can show you. Let me share everything. Bayes classifier. So if you go here, you will see. So this is all the same things. Can you see this?
You just made that 1 by P of E evident as probability of evident as C, right? Constant.
Yes, yes,
so
yes.
That doesn't make any change in our.
That doesn't, because both of them has the same value.
Okay, correct.
Right. So you see here, this is the program. This is the program for naive Bayes classifier. So you have a training data, okay, and you split that training data into test and train. So they have used Gaussian naive Bayes classifier. We have used multinomial. That is okay. We can use. I will teach Gaussian naive Bayes classifier also. So see, using it is so easy. You just do a dot fit, okay, and it happens. It works, okay. So 95% accuracy. But point is, this is a multinomial naive Bayes classifier. This is what we did. There is also Bernoulli's naive Bayes classifier. There is also there. Okay. So, but important it, you have to understand how the classification is made. Okay. How the classification is made. Okay. Okay. So this is a good theory is there. If you want to read this theory, I'll paste it in the chat. This one you can see. Okay. I read it in free text. Okay. So now I'll stop the recording and I will give you a question to solve. Okay. I'll keep these all values same. Just I will change here, instead of dear friend, okay, I will have the message. There's a new message: lunch, money, 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 money. This is the new message. Instead of dear friend, you have got lunch, money, 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 money. Okay. One word is lunch. 4 words are there, money. Okay. So if you remember, the money word was appearing more in spam, right? 4 times it was appearing in spam, while it was appearing only 1 time in normal messages, right? So by our gut feeling, what do we will feel that this is a spam message, right? Lunch, money, 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 money. So our classifier should classify this as a spam, because money word is much 4 times it is used, and money word normally appears in spam, as we have seen in the distribution. But I want you guys to go step by step in calculation and show me what is the percentage and what is the classification of this message. Okay. Any questions on this? What you have to do? Imran, Shiva, and Suman, everybody is clear?
Yeah, I'm clear this one.
Can you come again, Vishwa?
Question is that I showed you an example of dear friend, right?
Yeah.
And showed you that the value is 0.09 C, and hence this is a normal message.
Yeah.
Now you have a message where the message says lunch, money, 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 money.
Okay.
Okay. I want you guys to do the same math. Okay. All the data is here. All the data is here. I will be keeping the screen shared. Okay. You have to.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, you have to do the math and tell me that this particular message is a spam or a normal message.
Since P of L of S is equal to 0, Okay, the spam message will be 0,
Guys,
and the other guy will be.
yes,
Then it will be normal message.
This is what I wanted to hear. So since P of L is 0, P of L when it is spam is 0. So the spam value will be 0 and normal will be a very small positive number, but still it is greater than 0, right? So what it will become? It will become a normal message, right? So this is a problem. So there is a chance that due to a single entry, if that word is not there in the dictionary, that will make the entire thing as 0. So what do? We do a black box technique. We do it. Okay, black box technique. In that black box technique, what we do is same histogram. Suppose money was used in case of spam, money was used 4 times, right? Money was used 4 times. So you add one more extra. You add one more extra. And this is, we color it black like this. So that means it became 5. Although there are 4 times the word money has come in spam, but I am forcefully adding one more extra and making it 5. Not only the word money, but for everything. So that if a certain word like lunch, which was 0 times appearing in case of spams, it will appear 1 time now. Okay, so the probability of getting 0 is eradicated by adding this black box. Okay, this black box is nothing but an extra value, just an extra value. Okay, so if I add the black box, how it will change? So 8 by 17 will become, who can tell me?
8 by 18.
9 by 18.
9 by 18, good. And this one will become 6 by 18. Okay, so similarly, these values will change. This one will become 9 by 18. This one will become 6 by 18. And same way, these values will change. Okay, so what I will do is, I will give you this data and then you solve it for me. For normal messages, the word dear is appearing 8 times. The word friend is appearing 5 times. The word lunch is appearing 3 times. And the word money is appearing 1 time. For spams, the word dear is appearing. The word dear is appearing 2 times. The word friend is appearing 1 time. The word lunch is appearing 0 times. And the word money is appearing 4 times. Now using black box technique, you do the math and you classify this lunch, money, 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 money. Classify this and tell me the values of each classification. Okay, what is the classification of P? That it is a normal message provided my hypothesis is correct. Sorry. Just a minute. Sorry. What is the probability that my hypothesis is correct? and it is a normal message. This one you find out what is the value, and provided probability my hypothesis is correct given it is a spam. What is this value? Okay. Oh, sorry. I have done all wrong. Probability, it is a normal message given the evidence. And probability, it is a spam given the evidence. Okay. So this is the question. Okay, clear to everybody what you have to do? Anybody has any doubt? Okay, so I'll stop the recording, but screen will be continued to share.